What's up, y'all? It's ya girl. You think I'm done committing crimes? Not a chance. I got paid to do assignments for someone yet again, and if you think this would be any better than what happened in the summer, well, think again. Some more academic misconduct for y'all. Near the beginning of the semester, I got a message from someone who I knew in high school. Before I go all out in insulting this dumbass, here's a clarification on the situation. We had an option to do a 5th year or a grade 13 in our high school if we chose to do so. This is for instances such as maybe a student didn't feel ready to move into post-secondary yet or needed to bump up their average. They could also be taking prerequisites for a program that they might want to enter. This girl, let's call her Colleen, was one of those people. She asked me for help on her 3rd attempt at 12th grade English while she went out on vacation when the school year just started. I told her that this will be a paid favor. However, I was willing to be a lot more lenient on the cost because we were friends. Let's put that term loosely. Although we hung out, she often only paraded me around to take selfies or to eat my food. And she never apologized for her racist impersonations either. But high school girls do be like that. I can name off a handful that I knew who would do the exact same thing. So Colleen comes back from her vacation, and naturally I'd ask for the payment, as I've kept up on doing what I was paid to do. But to no surprise, she was late on paying me. When she did get to doing that, however, she gave me $130 for about 6 assignments. Knowing me and my tactics, that is incredibly generous. She still had to pay off for about 5 more assignments with $65. So this shouldn't be a problem. Except, it was. Only a couple days after Colleen initially paid me, she told me that her MacBook got stolen at a McDonald's, and would need some time to replace it. Okay, I guess? I was willing to believe it until I saw that exact same MacBook in her story, not even 2 days after she told me this. Sure, she could have bought another one, but she was legit telling me how she and her family would need to work for about 4 more months in order to replace the MacBook that was stolen in that McDonald's, and the police were still searching for it. Because of how poor she was. Might I add, she told me this the night before. So yeah, some mad inconsistency was happening. I ask her for the money about a month later, and Colleen tells me that she'll get it to me soon. At this point in time, she just spent $500 to go on an expensive and optional field trip to Ottawa. So what she's telling me is that she had $500 to go on a trip, more for food and souvenirs, but not $65 to pay me for the work that she should have been doing herself. And on a side note, it would be okay if she was actually poor, but no, Colleen only pretended to be. She worked at stores that paid her above minimum wage and bonuses. Not only that, but she wore incredibly expensive outfits, and had something against my friend and I going to H&M because of how low quality it is. She also made a huge deal of having realistic earrings like some 50s reiteration of a schoolgirl. I'm not talking about having real metal because of allergies, but real diamonds. Like that matters. Oh yeah, she also always showed off whenever she was out smoking shisha or traveling every month, but of course she just so happened to be too poor to pay for someone who did her work. If she had such an issue, then she shouldn't have been paying someone else to do her work in the first place. Colleen also did this thing where she called herself the Kim Kardashian of our high school and acted like that was such a monumental feat. Like, I'm sorry, but if your best achievement is being the Kim Kardashian of a high school, then what else do you have going for you? Sis, you're not even gonna see 90% of those people after you graduate. So, another month passes, and I ask her about the money I was supposed to get 3 months ago. Colleen snaps and says she overpaid me, and I got very, very pissed. To say that she overpaid me on 11 assignments with $130. That's less than $12 per assignment, less than the minimum wage per hour. I call her the out on it. And since Colleen couldn't respond to any way that makes her sound justified, she decided to send me this of a snap. Since I had access to her school account, because, I had to submit her shit for her, I decided to take a look at her grades. And as it turns out, she hasn't submitted anything since she stopped paying me to do work. So, she only has 1 month of work handed in, and unless she somehow manages to do 4 more months of work, or 60 assignments in 1 month, it looks like she's failing that same English course for a 3rd time. Colleen wasn't failing because she genuinely had a hard time with the subject, she just didn't hand anything in. Just to clarify, I have nothing against people who struggle and don't succeed. After all, I repeated courses too. However, I am against people who think they're entitled to pass just because their name is on the attendance list. If they're failing because they're not putting in any effort, that's on them. For a hot second, I might have wanted to make her fail the course with my own proof, but then I'd just be putting more effort for an outcome that'll happen anyway. Aside from this, she just tried to promise me to pay me for the last time, but then she told me she was sick the day before and might be sick again. Her Instagram story showed her buying Starbucks with friends, but alright sis, not at how she was sick the next day and couldn't pay me on that day. Like, if you're going to lie to me, then make it convincing. Just take me off your story for God's sake. I can see you having Starbucks again. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of this channel, hit that subscribe button down below. If you want to suggest different video ideas for me to talk about, leave it down below in the comments. See y'all in the next video. Peace!